Welcome to this channel. So this channel is for educations and culture based on both scientific and historical evidence. So whoever not belongs to this type of mindset, please do not continue to watch this channel and this video. So today I like to continue on sharing on the Wing Chun sparring. So I will continue on a few series on the Wing Chun sparrings to share with you what is the basic requirement there. So everybody who really serious on it can have a good view on what is going on. Now, today I like to start with two things which is really important before I get into the sparring detailed stuff. Because if you don't know about these two things, you will never learn what I'm sharing anyway. The first thing is awareness. When I'm talking awareness, I'm talking that one, don't use one's thinking, don't use one's intentions, don't use one's visualizations, but just aware of what is going on. So it is clearly present here in this book on what is awareness, what is aware, the function. And anybody who really want to know in details what is going on can study the book. The reason I mention this is because 2 days ago there's a friend who messaged me telling me different people feel things differently, or aware things differently. So he mix up when I'm saying aware with the today's new age or mindfulness, all those kind of stuff. Aware is aware. Aware, everybody is the same. There is no different. Aware is not feeling. Like, for example, if you listen to a music give different people different feeling. That is not what I'm talking about aware. Aware means, like if we're aware of our wrist, the wrist rotate, go up and down, you observe it, you're aware of it. That is what I mean by aware. So you can get 10,000 people to do the same thing of rotating their hand, observing their hand, moving their hand, observing this wrist. Okay? And everybody will have the same awareness of this wrist can go 360 degrees, can go up and down. That is what I'm talking about. Not those awareness in the philosophy, in the new age, in those stuff, or in the mindfulness. Those are disaster. That's why when people living in the mindset in today's world, they really misunderstood what is going on. That is also why you see most Wing Chunner practice the Xiu Lim Tao, like the folk Sao. They can practice for 100 years and millions of people, and people still don't aware of their wrist handling, their yin side handling, and the yang side handling, because they living in their mind, in their ideas. Okay, ideas come and goes. Aware is always there in the mind. So if one talk about mindfulness, mindfulness is aware, it's always there. Ideas, this idea, that idea come and goes. Intention, this intention, that intention come and goes. Visualization, this visualization, that visualization come and goes. That is not aware. Aware is when you drop everything, you drop your thinking, visualization, intention or attention. It's there, always. Even when one in sleep, one aware of if one's mom or one's spouse calling one. That's aware. That's what I mean by aware. So if one still don't get it, what I mean by aware, just brought up the hand, rotate the wrist, observe the wrist, rotate up and down. That's what aware of the wrist is mean. Okay? So need to be careful when you practice Xiu Lim Tao, you need to use that aware. So those who is developed in their Xiu Lim Tao, they're aware of their entire body when they practice Xiu Lim Tao. Yes, at every instant, the entire body. And for the advanced level, they aware of the entire 6 core elements in their body. So it is multi-dimensional, it is not living in the mind. That's why Wing Chun is said that you be able to listen to the opponent. That listen is aware. Listen is not idea. Listen is not feeling. Listen is aware. Aware. Okay? So this one you need to get it right. Aware. For all the information for clear is here. Okay? Now that brings into the second thing, which is very critical. Most people come to my channel or reading my books. They do not want to solve problems. They just want to borrow some idea or get some idea from my books or this channel. They continue on practice what they practice as it. They will not admit the issue, or they are not interested to find out what is the problem of their practice. They just want to borrow things from me. Most people are like that. I have met grandmaster like that. I have met many people in Asia who even come to my home. I show them things, but they go back. They use the name of my books or the name of the books I told them to study. But they still doing what they are doing. So it is like you see a doctor say, your illness, you need these medications. They say, yeah, this medication, and they went back, they still do whatever they want and do not take the medications. Okay? So this is happen all around the world, and for my past 15 years now. It is always like that. And the only guy who is serious is the guy who willingly come say, please teach me this, I pay you. And those are the guys who really learn. Disregard of how I scream at them, they pay and they learn. They never, I even, how to say that, want to expel them. They always come back and say, please, it's my wrong, I want to learn this. Those are the people who really love to learn. The rest, no, they just want to have some idea, some terms, borrow something from me, and then, for me, it doesn't matter. But they never learn. They never change. That's why they do exactly the same thing. When I say Qi Gong, they do the term Qi Gong. They say, when I say Nei Gong, they say Nei Gong. But you look at their body, because you'll be able to aware, you'll be able to screen their body. They still doing exactly the same old thing. Okay? So these two things is a kiss of death. If you really want to learn something, want to improve yourself, you need to take it serious and to look into the problem and solve the problem. Again, as what I always say, that often one need to know what one's old Sifu thought is wrong and do not continue to practice that and go new directions. But many people don't do that. Why? Well, there's a lot of things there. Because their title, because of all sort of stuff, that's why they want to stick at their old Sifu teaching, wherever it is wrong or right. Whatever, they continue on with it. So this is all this borrowing ideas, borrowing term. It's like band-aiding stuff which is not going to heal. Now, as for the teacher, let me tell you point blank today. Now, mark it in the history. The late Zen patriarch Xuanhua, my teacher, who brought many proper Buddha Dharma to the America. You know what he told me? The first day when I bowed to him, when he took me as a student. Late Venerable Xuanhua told me this. Hendrik, if anybody point out my mistake, you must not argue or debate with that person to defend me. You must bow to him and study what I have done wrong or my mistake and improve from that. That is what Zen Patriarch Xuanhua told me. I will go to hell if I lie to you. But that is what he told me. Do not defend me, do not argue, bow to him and learn. So this is a Zen Patriarch teaching. Okay? The real deal, the real guy in the history. Go read who is late Zen Patriarch Xuanhua, who is the student of Zen Patriarch Chun. The real guy, okay? But today, if you look at in the Chinese martial art, in Chinese Buddhism, it's not. It's because he's my teacher, I'm going to defend him. Is this my teacher because I care for my teacher? So, oh, you know, this is my teacher, you should not talk bad about him. See, nobody talk bad about teacher. But when the teacher have a mistake because he's not Buddha or not perfect, a real teacher will like the student to learn and progress. But today is not. Today is everybody say, well, I belong to the, like me, I can say, I belong to the Yit Gam lineage. And the Yit Gam, he is in the red boat, known Wing Chuner in the red boat. I am the 5th generation, and then I practice everything according to Yit Gam. So Yit Gam is God, okay? And I'm the spokesman of God. Forget about it. Those are completely misleading. A real teacher not doing that. I have my video, left or right here. Right? Everybody analyze me. Those who really come and study with me, spend a lot of time with me, like daily. Let me check their homework. They analyze me, especially those who study the 1850 Xiu Lim Tao set with me. They analyze me left and right. Why? They need to do that in order to study what I'm teaching. If they do not be able to analyze me, and of course, I screw up too, right? So people know. It's just like you're going to university, you know, even the professor who teach partial differential equation, sometimes in the blackboard he derive thing wrong. You say, well, I'm wrong, oops, change, you know, I screw up here. Same thing in Silicon Valley, you design something. You're a director of R&D and so forth, you design something, and then some engineers, young engineers say, well, Hendrik, this is wrong. Say, okay, this is wrong, sorry. Human. So one must not get into those, my teacher is God, because I care of my teacher, and then I must not say anything. Well, we don't put down teacher, we respect teacher. But whatever is problem, we need to admit that that is screw up. Or else one never change. That's why I say people just borrow whatever my ideas or whatever I share. They still can continue doing the old thing. They never learn. They never really learn what I'm talking about. That's the bottom line. Okay? So, what is this two thing related to the sparring? It related in the big thing, in the bottom line there. Okay? If one do not have a proper mentality to study, one never learn anyway. Especially in today's Chinese Kung Fu. It is a mess. So, part 2 of the Wing Chun sparring. You want to spar? Know your fitness level, your VO2 max, your endurance, and your recovery. You want to spar? You need to be able to know your level. Like yesterday in the part 1 I showed you already, right? You need to know that. Before even you talk about techniques or anything, or momentum handling. Now, why it is well defined? What it is a well defined thing. This is the H model. Okay? Under here, this is for the recovery. You see that there's recovery heart rate handling. Over here, the H model, if you look it closely, the H model, there's aerobic zone, there's anaerobic zone, your heart rate from zone 1 to zone 5, the maximum heart rate here. And then when you are fighting, build the momentum, you are here. So, in a real life, if you really do it, it's like this. Okay? How many minutes you spend in maximum, your anaerobic, your aerobic. If you want to go fighting, you better be able to run from here to get to the maximum. Have a duration there, like here is the VO2 max, this is 11 minutes at the maximum heart rate. Okay, so it's how hard job there. Okay. And so say the maximum heart rate of a 60 years old is here 160. You see this is running over the 160 to 177. Look at this curve. Okay? And the time here is your endurance. This is your endurance. How long you can play that. So this is this graph is under the link under this video. Okay, you can take a look at that. So you need to know your fitness level. What can you do? Your VO2 max, your endurance, and your recovery. Can you get there? Can you get here? You want to go to recovery after this hard training? Can you go there? You want to go practice your you're fighting your full accelerate momentum? Can you go there? Okay? So physical is measurable today. Do you have the juice to do it? Do you have the fitness to do it? Can you recover? This is the bottom line. And so you ask yourself, can your chi sao, your wooden dummy, your xiu lim tao, your internal fudging, your mind power training get you the needed fitness level to do the sparring? Or another thing is how far you can get from your training. Now, if you want to go sparring, then there's no discount there. It has to follow this, the zone 4, zone 5 handling type of fitness. Without that, how can you fight? Forget about it. Okay? So again, there's a reason why Wing Chun Inception is really critical to make Wing Chun realistic. Because over here, like you have your H model, and how long can you train in the different zone, heart rate zone? How long can you train in the aerobic and anaerobic? Everybody is different, and there's a general stuff there, which is here, based on general. How many percent? How many minutes can you train? And if one is beginner, one better don't go into that. And if one completely have no idea on this, and then you say, oh, I train my techniques, my chi sao, my wooden dummy. Like most of our friends are asking me, can they learn sparring? Forget about it. Don't screw yourself. You know, in this channel, in my channel, most of the audience in this channel is after 40 years old to 60 years old. Most. So the reason I share this is not, don't screw ourselves. Make sure you know this. You have the training. If we cannot do it, don't do it. Okay? Like in this example, it can go exceed the maximum heart rate. That you need training. But even that, if it's not recovered properly or developed properly, you can damage the body. Okay? So this is not something entertaining. It is something which is can screw up our health. Now, I often see, like only yesterday, somebody sent me a YouTube. A 90-year-old Wing Chuners is a Chi Sao with a 30-something-year-old Wing Chuners. I look at that. What are you going to prove there? Those things is really sad. They're just saying that those people don't know about human. This is the maximum heart rate of human, and the human heart rate actually decreases with age. So if you have a 90-year-old, your maximum heart rate is 130. If you're 30-year-old, your maximum heart rate is 190, but per calculations. So a 30 years old have a 45% advantage over a 90-year-old, meaning that the 90-year-old, if they want to go that speed, they have to pump up their heart rate 46%, exceed their 100%. Are you serious? Do you want to get the old guy dead or what? You pump say a 90-year-old which is can have a maximum heart rate of 130. How far do you think he can raise his heart rate in the action? Like this one, the heart rate of a 60 years old is 160. He pumped it up to 177 because of training. How far do you think a 90-year-old can pump up? From 130. And yet the 30-year-old easily, by calculation, can reach 190. You want to go have a real deal? Chisao, fight, sparring. So, stop to ask those old Wing Chuners to do demonstration with a young kid, thinking that, oh, this is thing. One step wrong, if the old timer fall down, break his bone, or getting a stroke or anything, because you have to, you know, when you do activity, your heart rate going high, get into anaerobic and so forth. We are screwing the old elderly. And also, stop, you know, boasting that if you are 30 years old, you go chi sao or playing with an 80-year-old, and then you say, you see, I beat that guy. I beat that grandmaster. You know, hello? Do you know about human? Do you know about human? Why you get that guy back to 30-year-old and see whether you can beat him? So it is idiot, okay, to thinking that you want to demo using an old guy, how good his kung fu is. Or just going saying that, you know, I can beat this old grandmaster. I'm better than him. It's completely idiotic that one do not know about human. So this is what I like to share with you. Know who we are. Know who we are. Know can we get that. If you want to play with our friend in Western boxing, BJJ, Thai boxing, Kyokushin, and so forth, you need to have this type of body. And stop to screw the elderly or Wing Chun, and stop to make all kind of claim, which is violating human physiology. So what good is to go defeat an 80-year-old in your chi sao? You're 30-something-year-old. Just by heart rate, you know that they cannot catch you up because they're 80-something years old. What techniques? Well, when you're 80-year-old, let's send somebody who is 20-year-old rookie, train 3 months, see whether you can take it or not. You want that? So all this is all kinds of nonsense in terms of a real martial art, or like using MMA as a reference. You want to buy into those things, those nonsense? So this is what I like to share with you on this sparring. Know your fitness level, know yourself, know your endurance, know your VO2 max, know your age, know our limitation. You're just human. Be reasonable, be real. If I cannot do it, I cannot do it. There's nothing to shame about. If I'm 90-year-old and then there's a 30-year-old say, well, Henry, I'm going to challenge you. Say, challenge what? How can I fight? Because I'm human. I'm not some kinds of what do you call it? Magical being. And also, a 30-year-old defeat a 90-year-old or 80-year-old, big deal. That's not about techniques of fighting or what you know. That's just called bullying, okay? So it's all idiot teaching idiot if they don't know about this thing. And that's why when you face Xi Xiaodong, you completely fall flat in the face. Does Xi Xiaodong want to go fight a 90-year-old? If you look at that, Xi Xiaodong don't do that. You know, we want to speak honestly. Xi Xiaodong don't do those things. So sparring is something good, but one need to be reasonable, based on reality, based on humanity, not bullying, not violence, not playing macho, not thinking about magic. Only that way you have a Wing Chun sparring which can be developed and continue on to progress, because science today is keep progressing.